Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm in a different part of my little home studio because this video is going to be a little bit different. Instead of retouching, which is my usual topic, we're gonna talk about photography, which I want to do more of. So I'm gonna start with the biggest misconceptions and myths they are about beauty photography. I think it's important to understand what's actually beauty photography about. It's going to be a good starting point for everyone who maybe doesn't know as much about beauty photography as they would like to. So hopefully this is going to be helpful for many of you. I made the list of the biggest misconceptions I'm coming across when I'm talking to other creatives. That might be photographers, retouchers, makeup artists, models and everyone involved in the beauty photography industry. And I want to explain and address to the most common ones to kind of give you more information and make everything crystal clear what's actually going on. Because all these misconceptions and myths actually lead to mistakes, frustration and eventually stagnation, because you're not progressing with your photography, you're not progressing with your retouching, you're not getting the high-end result as you wish to, and that all can be avoided if we just know a little more information. So before we jump into the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell as well so you don't miss any future uploads. Alright, let's jump into the biggest misconceptions about beauty photography. Point number 1. Beauty equals beautiful. Okay, let me put it this way. Beauty photography is beautiful photography, but beautiful photography doesn't necessarily mean it's a beauty photography. Okay, let me put that a little bit in a different way. For beauty, you usually have a beautiful subject, beautiful model in front of your camera, you're taking close-up pictures of her, on the makeup and of everything else. That's beauty. It's a commercial, it's meant to sell the product, as fashion is meant to sell clothes, beauty is meant to sell makeup, skincare, hair products and anything that can be applied to face, basically, or body. But if your subject is beautiful and you take a portrait of a beautiful girl, it doesn't mean it's automatically a beauty photography. It's not taken with the intention of selling a product, it's not taken with a commercial aspect in mind, it's just a portrait of a beautiful girl. It doesn't mean it's beauty photography. So beautiful does not equal beauty, but beauty equals beautiful. That makes sense? Point number 2. Anyone can pose for beauty. That's wrong, unfortunately. Not every beautiful model is actually suitable for beauty. There are lots of aspects a model needs to have, lots of features that are good for beauty photography and some are don't. So for me personally, I'm looking for models with a clean skin without any acne or scars or anything like that. I'm looking for nice natural thick brows, for naturally full lips and nice facial features. I'm looking for a lot of eye space lit here so the makeup can be applied and it looks very good, and I'm looking for nice teeth, nice hands and nails and all the stuff. Just because the model is beautiful and you really like her doesn't mean she's gonna be good on camera for up close. She can be great for fashion, she can be great for e-com or any other commercial photography, maybe not for beauty. Some faces doesn't look good for up close. That's why it's good to test and always try to work with the model before you have any commercial assignment or you're working for a client, so you are definitely 100% sure that the model looks great from up close. She has a good skin, you don't have to retouch so much, and that overall is just looking very good up close, because again, unfortunately not everyone has the face that can be taken for up close and looking good. For example, I can't, definitely. Point number 3. Anyone can do makeup for beauty. Again, I'm wrong. I mean, yes, if you are a makeup artist and you're good at it, you probably will be good at putting a makeup on model for beauty shots. But there is a huge difference between doing a makeup for night out, for clients or for weddings, and doing a makeup for photo shoots. And there is a difference between the normal photo shoot, like fashion, portrait and all that stuff, and a beauty photo shoot. With the beauty, there is a lot of attention on the skin, so you can't put much product on the face. You need to know how to highlight the model's facial features and what product to use that will look good under the camera, that will make nice highlights and everything. So there's a lot that goes into the makeup. It takes a certain skill and amount of experience to be good at doing makeup for beauty. You can learn it, most definitely. You can be good at it, most definitely. So in fact, anyone can do if they know how to, but not all makeup artists can. So again, as I mentioned with the models, it's good to test. It's good to test with the new makeup artist and see how they actually apply the makeup on the face, if they know how to work with the skin, if they know how to do the no makeup look, because that's sometimes harder than the actual full face glam night out makeup. A good makeup artist, it's very, very important and crucial. It's a key player for beauty photography because the beauty is selling the makeup. The makeup is the main focus of the beauty photography. So good makeup artist, it's very important to have. Point number 4, you can't go creative with beauty. There is not room for creation. That's wrong. That's completely wrong. Just because you're shooting in the studio with the strobes and you're shooting only face doesn't mean you can go creative. You can go creative with makeup, with props, with themes. There's editorial beauty photography that you can go as creative as you want. It doesn't always have to be the crispy commercial look. It can be matte, it can be moody, it can be whatever you want. There are no limitations. You can even shoot beauty outside, not only in the studio. You can use the sunlight, you can use anything basically you want. It's still going to be beauty if the makeup, if the focus is on makeup, if the model is suitable, if the makeup's good, and if the retouch is good as well. It still can be beauty, and you still can go as crazy and as creative as you want. So it's totally not true. There are just certain amount of things you can do, and that's the end. That's not the end. There's endless of possibilities. It's the same way you can say that wedding photography can be creative because it's just all the same all over again. Well, wedding photographers would argue with you that you can go very creative with weddings, so you can go very creative with beauty as well. You just need to know how. Point number 5, you need big studio and expensive equipment for beauty. Well, again, not true. I shoot 95% of my photography in my home studio, which is essentially just a corner of my living room. This is the makeup corner, and right there, you can't see it right now, it's my photo corner. That's it. That's a place where I'm shooting my beauty. I'm using backdrops that I bought in an art shop that are A1 size. They're just big like that. Enough for a backdrop. I'm using 1 or 2 strobes. They are not very expensive. I'm using my old Canon 7D Mark II. You don't need expensive equipment or big huge studio to shoot some beauty photography. I even do some commercial work here as well. But then obviously when you get the big commercial assignments, when your team is bigger, when you have art director, lighting assistant, when you have multiple models, multiple makeup artists on the set, obviously you need a bigger space just for the practical reasons, but you're still going to be just shooting on one tiny spot. So you need a big studio only if there is a lot of people involved, or the project requires some multiple lighting setups or anything like that. But for most of the times you'll be fine just in your living room or in your small home studio or any other small studio that you have access to, and you'll be fine just with one camera, one lens and one light. Basically that's it. So no, you don't need a big studio or expensive equipment. Point number 6. You can shoot beauty only with a 100mm lens. And that is again a mistake, and that is not true. Let me explain a little bit further. This is gonna get a little technical. I shoot beauty with my 50mm 1.4 lens. Why and how I can do it? Well, I use a crop sensor camera. My camera is not full frame, which means all the lens length is gonna be times 1.6. That's crop value of the sensor on my camera. My 50mm lens becomes 85mm lens or 80 something. That means there's a less distortion. Yes, 100mm lens is preferred, 100 and more, but you know why? Because there are no distortions. So if you go close, if you want to shoot macro and if you're going to shoot the details of the face, you don't want any distortion. You don't want to get, as you go closer with your lens, you don't want to get a big nose and small ears and big forehead and all the distortion on the face. That's why a longer focal length on your lens is better with the less distortion. But if you have a crop sensor camera, 50mm lens is the lowest I would recommend to go. 85 would be great, and 100 is equivalent to 160 because it's times 1.6, so that's like super long and great for macro. If you have a full frame camera that there is a no crop, you won't be able to shoot it with 50mm lens because 50 is only 50. There's not times 1 point anything because it's a full frame. There's no crop on the sensor. In that case, you need a 100mm lens, or you can even go with 85 if you want to go for like more like shoulder and stuff. If you go too close to the model's face, you will see the distortion. So buy the lens or use the lens accordingly to your camera. You can use 50mm, 85, 100. It doesn't need to be only 100. It's not like this is the only lens for beauty. That doesn't apply here. But you just need to know what equipment you have and what you can actually do. All you need to keep an eye of is don't have any distortion on your pictures, unless that's something what you want to try. Distorted beauty, maybe. I don't know. Let's go creative. Point number 7, and this is a big one. Any picture can be turned into high-end beauty. Yes, you can do high-end skin retouch on any photo and it will look amazing. But not every photo, even not any beauty photo, is going to get you to the high-end point. I come across this multiple times in the last couple of days, which was actually triggered to make this video. Retouchers was asking me, or asking in the groups that I'm in, or sending me messages personally, how you get this high-end polished look on the pictures and why I'm not getting there and what I'm doing wrong. Well, maybe you're not doing anything wrong, maybe it's just the picture. Because if the picture and the raw picture is not taken with the intention of getting it into high-end beauty, you're not gonna get it there with the retouching, however great your retouching might be. The light needs to be good, the angle needs to be good, the highlights, the makeup, everything needs to be good to start with, so you can then take it in the post to the super high end. If the picture is not good to start with, it can be turned into high-end beauty. I mean, there are some exceptions, obviously. You can like work on it for 2 days and then voila, it's there. Maybe that one case of 100 will end up like this, but more often than not, it's not possible. So maybe it's not your fault. Your retouching is maybe great, it's just the raw picture, the base what you're working with is not good enough. If you want to get into super high-end polished look, definitely look into dodging and burning and spend a lot of time on micro dodging and burning. As one friend once told me, if you think you're done with the dodging and burning, then do half an hour more of it and maybe you will get there. But in general, if the picture is not shot with the commercial purpose, with the high-end purpose in mind, more often than not, you won't be able to get there in the post-process. And as I mentioned, there is a bonus point, 8 point in this myth and misconceptions about beauty photography, and that is the mindset of we will fix that in post. Well, this is the worst. This is the worst what you can do, the worst mindset you can have for beauty photography. Do not rely on we will fix that in post. That's why there's a makeup artist on the set, that's why there's a hairstylist on the set, that's why there's everybody on the set, so you can make sure you're taking it as great as possible straight on the set in the camera. Make sure you have a good white balance, make sure there are no flyaways, make sure brows and lashes are brushed, make sure the makeup sits on the face well, make sure there are highlights wherever you want them to be. For example, if the face is highlighted very much and you're shooting bare shoulders, don't forget to ask makeup artist to put a highlighter on the shoulder and the collarbones as well, because it looks really weird if the face is very glowy and this is super matte. Keep an eye on every single detail as much as you can, then you'll have a less time have to spend in post-production. You will be more likely to get to the high-end level, and as a result all your work will just elevate straight away if you keep an eye on everything on the set. I know it's not easy, you will overlook many times. It's good to tether when you're shooting on the set, so everyone who's on the set can see the pictures on the big screen and can keep an eye on everything, so it's not just you who's keeping an eye on the little details. Everyone, makeup artist and everyone, can have a look and see, hey, wait, we need to fix the hair there, we need to brush the brows there, and it's going to be straight away much better than before. So do not rely on the we will fix that in the post, because it's not gonna get you the best high-end results that you want. So that's it, guys. All the misconceptions and myths explained. I hope it was informative. I hope you'll learn something new and you're gonna like implement a little of the information that I told you into your workflow and your working process once the lockdown is over and you can again shoot. So if you enjoyed it, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you here next time. Bye!